Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Marie Gallissot. She is the Global Manager Feed Quality Solutions with EW Nutrition. Thanks for being with us today, Marie.
Thank you, Sarah, for having me. It's a pleasure.
Very good. And today, Marie and I are in Berlin, Germany, and we're at an exclusive event for the poultry industry called Producing for the Future, which is sponsored by EW Nutrition. And today, Marie, we've heard some conversations today and over the conference time about gut health. And so today we wanted to talk a little bit about mycotoxins in that context. Mycotoxins' effect on gut health and immune function can lead to higher disease susceptibility and increased use of antibiotics. What integrated approaches does EW Nutrition employ to fight against antimicrobial resistance in the context of mycotoxin risk?
It is true. Mycotoxin does affect the immune system. It's been shown recently that it also directly contributes to antimicrobial resistance by favoring those resistant bacteria, for example. So managing mycotoxins properly is part of the fight against antimicrobial resistance. In this, EW Nutrition is active both on gut health of the poultry as well as mycotoxin risk management. So we have this integrated approach that is really important. So we have integrated programs to identify the risk of mycotoxins, to understand mycotoxin risk, and then to manage mycotoxin risk. And this holistic approach is necessary in order to properly prevent any problem, any immune troubles, any enhancing of the antimicrobial resistance. So definitely mycotoxin management is part of the One Health topic about reducing antimicrobial resistance.
Excellent. And what's the mycotoxin risk with poultry?
Mycotoxin were long thought not to affect poultry so much because of their specific metabolism compared with other species. Meanwhile, in the recent years, more and more research is highlighting how mycotoxins do affect poultry. They affect their well-being, they affect their gut health again, and they ultimately damage or impair productivity on top of well-being. So they were a bit neglected. Poultry was a bit neglected in mycotoxin risk management, but it's definitely they require attention. And toxin risk management in poultry is really profitable, I would say, in the end of the day, because they are a bit of a silent killer there.
Very good. And kind of that research really does show, right? I mean, the data doesn't lie, right? That this is an issue that the industry needs to address.
Right, completely. There has been different papers, different research groups working on it. If I take some European examples, the EU, the EFSA committee, has shown that the current guidelines for some poultry species were higher than a level that already affects poultry gut health. Typically, I'm thinking of another research showing how on field trials in controlled conditions, repeated trials, successive in the same configuration, with variable mycotoxin contamination always below the EU guidelines, would trigger impaired feed efficiency. And there is a very strong correlation between the mycotoxin level and the feed efficiency of the broilers, always below the EU guidelines. So in a scenario that you think you're safe, you're covered, then still you're losing productivity if you're not doing any toxin risk management.
Very good. And going back to your guest perspective at this EW Nutrition event, do you see any chance of using genetics to improve species tolerance to feed safety challenges?
Yeah, definitely genetic will be a contributor of improving the tolerance of poultry to feed safety challenges. And if we think of mycotoxin, let's say that selecting birds for higher resilience higher resistance to any stress will improve their tolerance for mycotoxin risk. It will be part of the answer, and on the other hand, we will continue all the efforts on the feed safety side to provide more secure feed in the end to have a more sustainable chain.
Thanks so much for all the information today, Marie.
Thank you, Sarah, for having me. It was a pleasure.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry Site.